And ladies and gentlemen, my name is Arcane Static, and welcome back to Seduce Me the Otome. When last we left our intrepid heroine, she had just found out that Diana, the most powerful succubus in the entire demon world, had killed her grandfather, and we were given the options to either run away or attack her. Let's find out what happens when we attack her. You killed my grandfather! Rage erupted in my soul, and I lunged for Diana, wanting to snap her neck. She started all of this. She was the one who turned my world upside down. She was the reason for this chaos I was in. She would pay. Diana stepped back and forced me back with an invisible spell. I flew back and skidded across the grass, tumbling over my feet and landing on my back.
I didn't know I would kill him. I thought it was some teenager musing with magic. If I had known...
Shut up! This is all your fault! I wasn't listening. I couldn't listen to her anymore. I wanted revenge. I needed it beyond anything else she could give me. I jumped up, recovering from her attack, and ran at her again. I was seeing red, and Diana had become my worst enemy.
I'm sorry.
Diana closed her eyes, and all of a sudden I was lifted into the air. I flailed and struggled against the invisible hold that was on me. I couldn't move my arms or my legs as Diana began to walk towards me.
I really am sorry.
I didn't want to hear it. I began to scream and cry. I wanted her dead. I wanted my grandfather back. I wanted my normal life to return to me. No magic to hurt me. No magic to haunt my life. No energy to take away the ones I loved. No more. Diana approached me and grabbed hold of my head, forcing me to stare at her face. I saw tears run down her cheeks as she leaned in and kissed me. I could feel my energy rush through my body, and I could feel Diana using her magic to force it out of me. No, I didn't want this. I tried to bite her, turn my head away, anything. Couldn't move a single muscle, and I could only feel my energy deplete from my body. As my body became numb, I watched as Diana pulled away from me. Her eyes were full of regret and almost anguish.
I'm sorry.
Then my world went black. I died. The end. Whew.
I know.
I heard voices and tried to open my eyes, but I couldn't.
You don't need to remind me, Angel. I'm just doing my civil duty.
Those are creepy-ass voices for angels. An angel? What was an angel doing here? Why was Diana talking to it?
Do what you need to do.
Interesting.
I've already destroyed one life, and now I have to destroy another. All from my kingdom. Angel, do it now before I change my mind.
Shit.
I'm sorry.
What the fuck? With a mere breath, my body suddenly became light as a feather, and stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a board, and I became numb. I felt my body float downwards into an empty black abyss as if I was drowning in water. I never saw it coming. My mind became completely blank. I had no memories, no feelings, nothing. I became a blank canvas, a body without a soul. Pure, innocent, ignorant. End. Pure, innocent, ignorant. M. Huh. Well, I'm glad that we saved just there, because that's a 3-minute ending there. So, let's go back and see what happens when we run away. Run away! I needed to leave. I needed to go. I quickly turned and ran, hearing Diana call out for me from behind.
Wait!
No, fuck you. I ran. I didn't look back. I couldn't look back. She started all of this. She was the one who turned my world upside down. She was the reason for the chaos that I was in. She was the reason that I read this same line twice. She took my grandfather away. I ran through the gates of the cemetery and through the streets to my house. This time the world was in slow motion and I was the one going in fast forward. I didn't care what was going on around me. I just needed to run. My heart began to freeze in my chest, pained by the feeling of needles and knives piercing through it. Tears were running down my face, but I knew where I was running. I ran through the front gates of my house and sprinted inside. I zipped up the stairs and ran into my room. As I slammed the door behind me, I began to weep violently. I leaned against the door and slid to the ground, crying. My world was crumbling, and I didn't like it. My world was broken apart, and I didn't want it. All I could do, though, was cry. My heart denied me from thinking about anything else. I cried. I continued to cry. I cried some more. Then I cried. After I was finished crying, I cried a little bit more. Then I cried again. I let my heart empty of its pain with each tear that ran down my cheeks. My scream echoed through my room, bouncing around and reverberating into my ears. I didn't care if it hurt to hear it. I didn't care about anything anymore. All I cared about was crying. So I cried some more. Then I cried a little bit more after that. Once I was finished, I turned into a ball and cried. And then I cried some more after that. I didn't even know when I passed out. I didn't remember closing my eyes and letting darkness take me. The darkness was comforting. I felt my sadness numb within it. Crawling in my skin! There was no reality in that darkness to haunt me or hurt me. I wanted to stay within it forever. However, my body forced me to open my eyes. I saw the room focus around me and I realized that I was staring at the ceiling. I was in bed, under my covers. I sat up and looked around, stopping to see Diana leaning against the balcony window looking away from me. Why was she here? Did she carry me to bed? I felt my anger wanting to speak out against Diana, but I noticed the puffiness around her visible eye. Had she been crying? Seeing her bloodshot, puffy eye made me fully aware of my own eyes and how dried they'd become after crying. I rubbed my eyes and let out a shaky sigh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I bet you are. I stared at Diana. My heart didn't want to hear it, but I let her speak.
I didn't want to come here in the first place. I only thought of bringing the boys back to protect my kingdom, so everything else became secondary. I didn't mean to take his life.
Yeah, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. But you did.
I did. I can't ask for forgiveness, but I still am sorry.
That's fine. That's fine.
If I could turn back time, I would find another way.
You know, it's because of you that I met the boys.
Huh?
I looked to my blanket-covered lap. I remembered the funeral, the moving, the meeting with the boys. Everything came at me at once, and now I had the one puzzle piece that fitted all together. If my grandfather hadn't died, he'd still be living here, and he'd be the one taking care of the boys instead of me. But he died and gave me his estate, so I came and met them for the first time. I looked at Diana, seeing her sad face. I could tell she really regretted her choice, and she was upset. I couldn't sense any deception in her. I guess I have to thank you for introducing me to them and to magic, since my grandfather couldn't do it himself anyway. Diana looked down, pressing her lips together and closing her eyes.
I need to take your memories now.
No, fuck you.
A deal's a deal. I fulfilled my part and told you everything. I had nothing left to tell you, and you can't keep those memories.
What if I want to? I didn't speak. I watched as Diana argued into the air about taking my memories. I felt like she was now doubting the deal, not wanting to take away the truth from me. Did I want her to? This was my chance to return to ignorance. Return to innocence. I'd never remember that she took my grandfather's life. I'd never remember everything she showed me and taught me. I'd return to normalcy. Well, time to save here. So, I can either have her take my memories, or don't. Let's have her don't. Diana stared at me, a look of almost despair on her face. I, however, kept my eyes to her. You took away my grandfather. What gives you the right to take my memories away?
But
I'm not done speaking. Shit! Holy fuck! I suddenly got badass! Diana shut her mouth, listening obediently. I needed to speak my mind. She had no right to take anything away. I knew the truth now, and that was all that mattered to me. Screw the rules. I deserve to remember everything. I was thrown into this mess because of you. No one has the right to take anything away from me. Diana took a step forward, and I was ready to snap at her. However, she gently leaned over me and ran a hand over my head.
all right.
Oh, she's breaking her word! Woo! What?
I won't take your memories.
But I will take your virginity! I stared at her in shock. Was she serious? Diana smiled at me and stood back up.
You're right. You deserve to know everything. It's the least I can do.
Good. I felt almost joyful. She agreed with me. This was a huge deal. I still didn't forgive Diana, but it was better to know than to be left in ignorance. Eventually, I'd be able to move on. Until then, Diana was willing to stay and teach me the life my grandfather knew in redemption. It was something. Fuck yeah, I get like a personal, most powerful succubus in the world magic tutor.
Head back to sleep and I'll teach you more in the morning. I'll stay a few more days until you know everything.
Rad. Something felt off, but I nodded, feeling exhaustion drift over me again. Was it natural? I didn't know. My head began to spin and I needed more rest. Diana gently laid me back down and moved my hair from my face. She's gonna steal my memories anyway.
Rest.
As if from a spell, I closed my eyes and fell back into an unconscious darkness. My heart was healing and it would take time to heal. Thankfully, it had time now to heal and grow stronger. Diana obeyed my word and stayed with me. She owed me so much already and stayed with me for a good week. Within that time frame, she not only taught me everything she could, but she also assisted me in learning some of my own hidden magic. I could barely believe it. I had demon magic floating through my veins and I could use it at any time. If I had learned about how to use my powers earlier, I would have been as strong as a demon. Shit. Diana explained that humans who learn of demon magic attract demon energy and have the potential to use it just like some of the demons, but their full power can only be unlocked in the demon world. Being that my grandfather spent almost his whole life learning about demon magic, his energy carried through my father, then to me. When my dad left my grandfather, his energy diminished, but when I came to the home, mine began to grow. According to Diana, I shouldn't have as much energy as I have. I guess I was just lucky. Everything was fascinating. I felt waves of excitement, and energy run through my body. I was aware of the energy I held and the magic around me. I could even sense Diana's energy, as powerful as it was. One night, however, as I slept, Diana began to waver.
What am I doing?
I don't know, Diana. What are you doing? I heard Diana mutter, waking me from my sleep. I opened my eyes and peeked over my covers to see Diana looking out my window. She looked tired and restless.
I need to get the boys and return home. My kingdom is in danger. Maybe I should call an angel.
My heart froze. She could call an angel. It would baptize me and make me forget everything. I panicked, but I heard Diana sigh.
But she makes sense. Why should I marry to protect my kingdom? I should be able to...
I'm destabilizing the entire demon world.
Me against the demon lord's entire army. I'm not that strong.
I slowly sat up, looking to Diana still. She seemed to only focus her attention out of the window, unfazed at my rousing.
She's strong, though. The magic in her veins would win me this war. But I can't take her magic. I care for her too much. But she's just a human. But...
Diana sighed and opened the window.
I need to leave. I have to fight him on my own. I'll use the rest of my energy to get back, and hopefully recover when I get there. I hope he hasn't already attacked, or is ready for me.
Hey! Wait, no, stop, hang on. Diana stepped out of the window and stood on the balcony. Was she really going to leave? What about me? Was she going to leave? What about teaching me everything? My curiosity was peaking. Peaking? Okay, again, and I needed her here. I don't know what drew me to her, but I quickly rushed out of bed and ran to the balcony. Wait! Diana turned around and stared at me in surprise. However, she tightened her hands into fists and turned back around.
Go back to bed. I need to go.
But you...
I need to go. I'll be back someday. But I need to protect my kingdom. Without the boys, he'll attack at any time. And I need to prepare myself instead of waste my time here.
Excuse me, princess. I couldn't believe it. She was really wanting to leave. I overheard her. She wasn't confident about winning. She probably couldn't if he was as powerful as she claimed. I'd never see her again.
Take care of those memories while I'm gone. You need to keep them secret at all costs. If angels find you, they'll...
Take me with you. I couldn't believe what came out of my mouth. Diana turned to me, also surprised at my words. Am I getting the Diana route for this one?
What?
I couldn't deny myself. I needed to fulfill this curiosity, and if Diana was going, I was going with her. If I was with her, maybe she could win her fight and then come back to the human world with me, because now I realize that I'm deeply and madly in love with the woman who killed my grandfather. An adventure. My heart felt giddy for some reason at the thought. Take me with you. I overheard you. I have the power to help you win your war. I'll help you, and then you'll come back with me and teach me everything.
But I don't deserve your help.
Shut up! I demand it as a deal, demon! Diana straightened up, staring at me in disbelief. I almost couldn't recognize my own voice. In redemption for my grandfather's life, you will take me with you and teach me everything. I will then win your war, and in return, you will return with me to the human world to continue teaching me until I have learned everything. Diana stared. I couldn't tell what was going on in her mind. Was she angry? Sad? Surprised? As Diana closed her eyes and smiled, I felt a wave of relief wash over me.
A tongue of ice, even when faced with danger.
My tongue is a little bit warmer than ice, I assure you. Diana then looked at me and held out her hand.
Come then. Help me open a portal, and I'll take you with me.
Yeah, okay, let's do it! Fucking yeah! I nodded and placed my hand in Diana's. For some reason, it felt nice to touch her hand like this. She was going to take me on an adventure I could never forget. Woo! The first on-screen kiss! She then gently pulled me to her and both of us began to float upwards into the night sky. Oh, float up towards, whatever. Diana's embrace seemed safe and I felt better being in it than out of it. Sorry, grandfather. Diana looked down at me and ran a hand over my cheek.
You don't know how much this means to me.
I nuzzled into Diana's hand and closed my eyes. Diana gently lowered her hands to my waist. Ooh, saucy! Staring down at me as I opened my eyes.
You intrigue me.
You want some fuck? I giggled. Don't you mean seduce me? And we have a winner! We've got a name! Bam! Ha ha! Diana chuckled and grinned at me.
Yes, you seduce me.
BAM! I smiled before gently reaching up and kissing Diana softly. She stared, surprised, before closing her eyes and gently returning my kiss. There was no pull of energy nor warm, fuzzy enthrallment. It was a simple kiss. Woo! It was the one kiss I felt was perfect to start my adventure with. The sky began to melt into darkness as Diana and I kissed each other. It wasn't heated or passionate, yet that kiss spoke many languages to me. Diana liked me and came to care just a little for me. Was this the start of something? Maybe. It was too early to tell. Maybe we'd find romance in the demon world. Maybe not. I still had 100 battles to face, 1,000 memories to make, 1,000,000 stories to write. However, this was the change I needed in my life. And that was my happily ever after. And my adventure. Fucking check that shit! We get to go to the demon world and fight in a demon war. Demon war? That's the name of the second one! Oh! I don't know how far back I'd have to go to get any of the other endings to this game. This might actually be the last episode then. Tell you what, if you guys want me to go back and like find more exits to the game, find more endings, let me know in the comments or via Twitter or something like that. And I will go back and play more of this game because it's fantastic. I'm okay with getting this ending, though I kind of wish that I could have gotten in with Naomi or Suzu as well. Or indeed any of the boys. Now that I think about it, I kind of do want to go back and do the rest of these endings, or at least a couple more of them. So let me know if you would like to see some of those endings. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, the like and subscribe buttons are waiting just below this video to sweep you into the demon world to have a cool adventure. You can also follow my socials. That's the Facebook and Twitter that are down in the description box. And if you feel like doing so, you can throw some support my direction at the Patreon link that's down there as well. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Let your fingers touch the sky.
Suzu Capini, Pickle 131.
There's a million stories left to
Oh, there's a lot of people I didn't meet.
Be free
A lot of people I didn't
to
meet.
explore the life you seek, to
Yeah, there's a
embrace
shit ton
the
of
love you carry.
people I didn't meet.
Choices that you made were right.
Interesting. Neat. Simon Tabby. Seduce Me's OP theme, Chained the Monster. Is that this song?
Don't let the
It's probably this theme, yeah. No, this is Fly High. The ED, yeah. Christopher Escalante is not a terrible musician. Like, good on you, Christopher. Well done. Vocals, Michaela Laws, huh?
in your hands now. It's in your sight. Go on.
Alright, well. Neat. Neat, nifty, cool. Alright, well, that's all then. I've already done the exit, so bye.